welcome back to another day in the life of a reseller vlog. Today is Monday, July 8th. I've been busy this morning. I put away a lot of new inventory. If you watched yesterday's video, you saw stacks of envelopes on the floor. All that stuff has been put away into inventory, and now it's time to find some more stuff to list, to photograph and list. I've been busy at that this morning. I grabbed some women's shirts and put those up at auction. If you watched the video, you know I'm running this auction experiment, trying auctions on eBay again to see if there's still a viable option to make profit. And I got a few women's shirts up this morning as part of that experiment. But now it's time to pack up orders. We did have a few come in yesterday. Yesterday we spent much of the day at my brother's place. We had a little barbecue, a little family get together. It was nice to see everybody and step away from reselling for a moment, but we're back at it again this morning. Let's take a look and see what sold. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name's Brian Kingsbury. I know that I did have a couple new subscribers. I want to thank everybody for jumping on board and subscribing to the channel. We're up to 498, I think. No, 398, almost up to 400 subscribers. And we're chasing that 1,000 subscriber count. A little bit about myself. I have 2 eBay stores, over 6,000 items listed, and this channel kind of details the ins and outs of the business. We show you what sold, we show you what we're listing, and of course we show you what we're buying and trying to flip for profit. So let's take a look real quick at what sold overnight out of the big store. Looks like we woke up to 4 orders for $143.13, $143.13 for 4 orders. Let's see what they were. This first one I showed in yesterday's video, a pair of shoes sold for $98.64. We're going to pack those up this morning. They're going to Brazil. They're a pair of Skechers women's black athletic shoes, size 8, air-cooled with the memory foam. So they bought these, paid much of the money for shipping, which is going all the way to Brazil. So we'll get those packed up and ready for them. Next item sold for $16.02. It's a Fruit of the Loom blue crewneck men's t-shirt top, short sleeve, size extra large. Next item sold for $11.15. It's a XXL Hagar polo shirt, short sleeve, blue short sleeve, polyester men's 2-button. Fourth item sold for $17.32. It's a black dress pants flat front, size 22 women's, 46-inch waist by 30-inch inseam, slacks by Avenue Stretch. There you see it. I kind of questioned myself, but it is Avenue Stretch. Their stretch style, the brand is Avenue, size 22 average, so some larger stretch slacks. So that's not a bad way to start Monday morning. 143 in sales, 4 sales, so we have a good average sale price. We want that number to go up, obviously, but those international sales really add a lot of money. Not sure how much of that's going to be profit, since it does cost a little bit more to ship that overseas, but we'll get it packed up and determine how much money we made on those. Definitely a good profit on a pair of shoes like that. Those Skechers were pretty nice, and I did pay up a little bit for them. But that's why you pay up, so you can get that top dollar. Let's take a look and see what we got listed this morning. So far we've got 8 new listings up into the big store. These were all run at auction. These were kind of some older inventory that I ended and want to get rid of, so I relisted them at auction. This is kind of a fun, brand new. The brand is SO. It's a tank top with smiley faces all over it. It's brand new with tags. So we started that one at $1.97 out of the $3.97 buy it now. Here's a Real Comfort, a blue dress shirt, women's size medium. We start that at 97 cents. Has a buy it now option as well. Here's the first option, pink dress shirt, size small, starting that at 97 cents. So we're starting these low, looking to get them gone, make a buck or two. Here's the American Eagle purple dress shirt, size extra small. So these are, a lot of these are smaller sizes. Here's a nice Columbia black dress shirt, 3/4 sleeve, size small. And over here we got that Sag Harbor beige dress shirt, size 8. Has floral accents all over it. And the 7th item is this Van Heusen blue dress shirt. It's an extra small, so tiny shirt. We start that at 97 cents. And final one starting at 97 cents is this Maggie McNaughton dress shirt. It's a 1X. So kind of a larger shirt at that time. So there it is, 8 quick auction listings ready to get that auction market going. So if you've been watching the channel, you know I am doing that kind of auction experiment, you know, with the new platforms popping up. Whatnot is popular. A lot of eBayers are jumping to Whatnot because they can move merchandise quick. And you know, eBay's kind of moved away from the auction market, but you know, I'm not abandoning eBay yet. I'm trying to run some auctions, see if eBay is a viable option for auctions still. If not, we might have to go over to Whatnot, but we're gonna try eBay first, put them up cheap, quality merchandise at a cheap starting price, and we're gonna get those going. Ending every day this week will be some fresh auctions. So if you're interested in finding out how that auction experiment goes, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and watch regularly, because I'll give updates. The first ones are ending tomorrow, so I'll let you know if any of those come away with bids or not. I think in order to run a true experiment, you got to do a number of different items at different times. You know, run the auctions in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night to see, you know, where the buyers are online, when they're buying things, and you know, what kind of merchandise actually gets bids and what doesn't. So we're gonna put some stuff out there, different types of categories. We got some men's stuff, we got some women's stuff. And we'll continue to do that this week, and I'm going to go buying today as well, and we'll probably throw some of that stuff up at auction as well. So the experiment continues. You know, you can't really just run a good experiment if you're just throwing a few items up. So we're going to do a thorough job and try to get a good cross-section of categories and types of clothing to kind of really determine if this auction market has any legs, or if it's dead. That was the original question: is the eBay auction market dead? And a lot of people are kind of wondering that. You know, a platform that was kind of built on auctions, you know, when it all started, you know, everything was bid up and everything sold, and now the market is so saturated, at least the clothing market is so saturated with inventory and new resellers, that that auction market is really difficult to be competitive in unless you have something really desirable. So we're putting some interesting stuff up, and we'll see what kind of results we get. So I think that's enough talk about the whole auction experiment. You guys will have to come back and see how it goes. I'm gonna grab those 4 items, and we'll get some shipping labels printed, add them to the tote, and get them ready to go to the post office. We want to run into town a little bit earlier today. Like I said, I want to go to Goodwill, and I want to pick up some fresh inventory, see what kind of stuff we can find today in order to get listed this week. We still have quite a bit of stuff left in the photo station. I'll give you guys a look at that a little bit later, but first, let's pack up these orders. Alright, through the magic of video, there they appear. I've located all 4 orders. We're going to get these labels printed and get these ready for the post office. Let's do it. Alright, here they come. And there's that order going to Brazil. Takes a little bit more printing for those internationals. Alright, we dropped off orders on the way to the barbecue yesterday, so we got an empty tote again. Let's go ahead and fill it up. We got 4 orders ready out of the big store this morning. 1, 2, 3, and those shoes going all the way to Brazil. 4. We got 4 more women's dress shirts to list. Like I said, we photographed women's dress shirts this morning. We got 4 more. We sold 4, so we'll replace those 4 with the 4 dress shirts. We'll get those listed, and then we'll get in that photo station. I'll show you guys what we have in there and what we plan to photograph and list this afternoon. We got to get some stuff photographed so it's ready for us when we get back from buying inventory at Goodwill. The process continues. Of course, we're going to check out that small store. The small store is not going to be neglected. We're going to log in there, see if we had any sales there overnight a little bit later. But first, let's get these 4 women's shirts listed. Before we get back to listing, let me give you a quick look at my traffic tab. This kind of shows you how your listings are going up, how many impressions you're getting, all that great information to check out the analytics to see if listing these auctions is really benefiting you, getting more eyes on your inventory and leading to more sales. It appears to be so. So I'm going to show you the results of that. My work last week adding all these auctions to the mix. So to get to your traffic tab, you go to the Seller Hub, you go to Performance, you scroll over Performance here, and then you go down to Traffic, you click Traffic. Then it'll take you to your traffic, review your traffic. You can see here, this top chart here says that page views are up 5.3% and quantity sold is up 6.5%. So we're selling a little bit more as a result of these auctions. I mean, might be just what I'm listing, but here is the most important information, is the impressions and page views. And of course the top 20 slot impressions. We talked about that in the last video, and appears to be up even more numbers. If you look at these two numbers here, you'll see here the top 20 slot impressions, 3.4% is up 19.7% to 111,188. And over here the rest of the search slot impressions are up as well, up 10.3% or 3.9% to 334,281. So as you can see, most of it is in the search slot impressions, the rest of the search slot. But that top 20, we're really getting some good action there. And I think that is a result of these auctions. And when you check the charts here, the top one is impressions, the bottom one is page views. If you look, yesterday was Sunday, which is a busy day. You know, a lot of people are shopping. You'll see the numbers are up there as well. That is the impressions chart. And down here you see a real jump in page views. So those page views do lead to more sales. And the sales chart here is still all over the board. No real consistency. But we did have a spike, a couple spikes in the days here. There's one there, and there was one recently. This was, let's take a look. This was on... we had 11 sales. This was 3 days ago on July 5th. So 11 sales was the top sale day. So I can remember the days, you know, I had my store at the downtown studio in Bellingham there. Everything was stored at the studio. I sold the studio, moved everything home, and sales just haven't been the same. I used to sell upwards of 20 sales a day, and now we're up at 11, you know, is a good day. So we want to try to find a way to get sales back up to 20 a day. That's the kind of sweet spot where I'd like to be. And that 11 sales a day is just not cutting it. So hopefully this auction market can help lead to a few more sales. I think you got to kind of prove to eBay that you can handle packing that many orders, and they got to kind of see the performance over the course of a period of time, you know, over a month or 2 months or 3 months. Show them that you can handle that many sales, and you can pack them up in a timely fashion, and you can get them off to the post office and deliver to the customer on time. They want to see all that before they give you the impressions you deserve. So that's kind of how I think about it, you know. It's listing that quality inventory, you know, stuff that people want, that they are actually searching for, but it's also all that other stuff that we talked about. Alright, just finished listing those 4 women's dress shirts. I'm going to take a little break for some lunch, and then we'll get back to work. We'll get in that photo station, find some more inventory to photograph and list this afternoon. But first, a little break for some lunch. Alright, lunch is served. 2 sandwiches, some potato salad from yesterday's barbecue, and half an apple. That's on the menu today. Alright, lunch is complete. We're back in the photo station looking for some fresh inventory to photograph and list. I want to get a few more listings up before I leave the house, so we want to get into town, hit up the Goodwill, and find some new inventory. This week it's sale day, $1.99, so we want to load up on some fresh new inventory, some that we're going to list at auction. We're going to continue with that auction experiment, but we have some stuff down here that I'm going to photograph next. Let's take a look. Got some flat rate envelopes, so I need some heavier stuff. I'm going to do this heavy Izod sweater, extra large acrylic wool sweater, and we got a nice pair of lined jeans. I didn't realize these were lined when I picked them up. I bought these last week. These are Weatherproof is the brand, 34 by 34. So we'll have to check the inseam, but that's a really good size, and they are lined, fleece lined. So we'll get those on. More of a winter item, but we'll get them on now, and hopefully they'll find a buyer. And then we have one more pair of Nautica beige khaki dress pants. So there's 3 items for the flat rate envelopes. And summer is here, and shorts and t-shirts and polo shirts are selling pretty well. So I've got a nice stack of polos I'm going to work through as well. They're quick and easy to list, so that's the plan, to photograph this stack of polos. When I get home tonight, get as many of those online as possible. We'll see what we can get accomplished. I'm going to get that inventory at the Goodwill, but I also want to get a little exercise in, so I'm going to try to get over to Lake Pad and get a run in before it gets too hot. We'll see how things go, but here's a look at the polo shirts that I pulled that I'm also going to photograph for listing tonight.
Got some nice ones here, and they are larger sizes. 2XL Russell with the Wazoo logo on the front there, the red and white. And then we got one of these All in Motion. This is that Target brand that you'll find quite often at the thrift. They end them and send them over to Goodwill. So this is a kind of a green one. So XXL as well. Here's a nice Ralph Lauren Polo Golf. We could probably ask a little bit more money for this one. Probably a $14.97 start price in the blue and white with the white horse and jockey. And here's an extra large Eddie Bauer Island Wash. This one has the pocket in it, and it's got that striped blue coloring. Here's a nice crisp white polo shirt, extra large again, 3-button polo. And another pocket polo here. We got a red, kind of burgundy red, Van Heusen cotton rayon polyester blend, all three with the pocket in it, so that's a nice bonus. Another pocket polo. Here's a Haben kind of khaki beige color with the pocket, 2XL. And another crisp white, extra large Great Northwest polo here. And finally, this is an Ultra Club extra large beige. This actually might be American Eagle. It looks like that's the logo here, but it says Ultra Club up here, so we'll have to figure out exactly what brand that is and list accordingly. But that's what we got to list. We're gonna get busy.
So I'm gonna photograph those items and list those 3 heavier items into my store, and then we'll log into the small store, see what kind of action we had over there before we head into town. So let me put this camera down and get to work. Alright, I got those 3 items listed into the big store. Just logged into the small store. Looks like we had 3 orders out of the small store today. Let me go ahead and show you guys what sold.
You see it? 3 orders for $33.30. Let's take a look and see what
First item sold for $6.38. It's a large Sea-Run Pursuits cotton short sleeve men's graphic t-shirt. Next item sold for $10.77. It's a large IOU blue floral women's dress sleeveless cotton spandex blend. And the third item was the best of the day, sold for $16.15. It's an extra large Ralph Lauren burgundy red solid cotton polo shirt, short sleeve men's top. Alright, there you see it. 3 orders for $33.30. That's a whole lot of 3s together. I'm gonna go locate those 3 items and we'll print some shipping labels, add them to the tote, and get ready to go into town and drop those off.
Alright, through the magic of video, there they appear. I've located the 3 orders. Let's get these labels printed so we can add them to the tote and take them to the post office. Alright, there they are. 3 orders, and here come the labels for them. Let's get these printed. Alright, we're going to add these 3 small store orders to the tote. Let's go ahead and do that now. 1, 2, and 3.
So I think before I hit the road into town in search of new inventory and special deals at Goodwill on sale day, it's $1.99 today, so we're going to go load up, but we want to get some listings into that small store. We don't want to neglect the small store, so I'm going to list 3 of these polos I just photographed into the small store to kind of replenish what's sold, and then we'll get ready to head into town.
Alright, easy as 1, 2, 3. We got them listed.
We got those 3 polo shirts listed into the small store, so now one thing left to do is grab the orders and head into town. We're going to drop those off at the post office, and then we're going to get into Goodwill, hopefully get there before the rush. I'd like to get there before 5 o'clock when the deals are still hot. Nobody's gone through everything after work, so we want to get there a little bit earlier and take advantage of those sales on sale day. So that's the plan for this afternoon. After that, of course, we're going to go over to Lake Pad and get a little exercise in. The temperatures are quite high here in Washington. It's expected to be over 90 degrees, which is hot around here. So we'll get in there and hopefully get a nice run in that heat. Alright, we got those orders dropped off. Next stop is Goodwill. We should be able to get in there before the rush and find some good deals. So let's get over there and see what we can find today. Alright, another successful haul at Goodwill. Spent $212.58 today. So I'm going to load this up in the car, head home, and I'll show you guys a little bit of what we found throughout the week. We'll get into it and detag it once we get home, and I might give you a sneak peek tonight. So I'm going to get this unloaded and we're going to go over to Lake Padden and get a nice run in.
So we found a lot of shorts, a lot of polo shirts, a lot of t-shirts, a lot of summer gear. So we're gonna work hard to get that stuff listed, all listed this week. Didn't go so much through the long sleeve stuff today. I did buy a few pajama pants, but and checked out the women's athletic t-shirts, so I did get some of those. But other than that, we kept it all summer related, so the stuff should be ready to sell and move pretty fast. Alright, as you saw, we made it here to Lake Padden. I think I'm going to take you guys on a little warm-up. We're going to go on a little walk, and then we're going to conquer the run. So we're going to walk up into the horse trails. I'll take you with me, show you a little sights and sounds of Lake Padden, and then I'll hit the trails and run that 2.6 miles. So that's the plan. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little peek at Lake Padden on the warm-up. Now it's time to hit that trail, get that full 2.6 miles in, gonna run around the lake, and I'll check in once I return. Alright, we made it, another successful 2.6 all the way around Lake Padden. It was pretty warm out there. If you wonder what a face that runs in 90-degree weather looks like, you can look at this, just dripping in sweat. So I'm gonna go home, cool off. We might go jump in the lake. We live by a couple lakes. We got some friends who live on the lake, so we might go take a little dip in the lake and cool off. We'll have to see how things go. But definitely get home and find some sort of breeze. 90-degree weather out there, so all you runners out there, be careful. Drink plenty of water. That's what I'm doing. So I'm going to sip on some water, head home, and hopefully detag this inventory and maybe take a dip in the lake. Alright, so I got home, got showered up, and decided not to go to the lake. Instead, I stayed home and detagged all the new inventory. I got it set up in the photo station. Let me give you guys a quick sneak peek at what we'll be listing this week. Here's a look at the two stacks of shorts. On the right here are the dress shorts, and on the left are all the athletic shorts and swimming trunks. So we got quite a stack there, probably about 30. This is all t-shirts here. There's probably a dozen t-shirts that we got. And over here are polo shirts. So we went pretty heavy on polo shirts. I haven't been listing polos lately. So we decided to get some. We also got some denim. There's a lot of Levi's in here. We found a bunch of Levi's for $1.99. And here are the two pajama pants I told you about. This green pair. This is actually a pair of Carhartt pants. And then this is actually like long underwear, thermal type pants. And then we have some more that we have yet to list. So we're stacking up the pajama pants section, but we're gonna get to it this week and hopefully get through some of these stacks, get it online and get it sold. I also picked up a couple hats. These were sale price. This little Costa Rica women's hat with the butterflies on it, and then this Jerusalem hat. Then this stack, there's still some left over from last week on the bottom here, but this is all new stuff here. This short sleeve shirts right here, and this is all women's athletic gear, long sleeve polos, t-shirts, all through the women's section, probably a dozen pieces there as well. So we got plenty to get through.
I think the plan is probably to start with the shorts tomorrow, you know, get those shorts online, since that's a bulk of what is selling out of my stores right now. We want to keep those shorts flowing through, give people some fresh options to purchase, and hopefully they'll all lead to sales, because we got quite a few there. Like I said, probably 30 pairs of shorts that people can select from. After shorts, we'll probably follow with t-shirts and polo shirts, and then the rest of the stuff as the week progresses. But that's the tentative plan. You have to come back tomorrow to see for sure what I decide to do, but we did have a couple sales come in as well while we're out there running around Lake Patton. The small store had a couple sales, couple short sales. Let's take a look and see what they were. So 2 more pair of shorts for $25.11. $25.11 for 2 more. Let's take a look. First one sold for $15.11. It's an RBX black and yellow drawstring athletic shorts, polyester size large. The other one was an older listing. I accepted a best offer of $10 flat for these just to get them gone. They're a pair of Rip-On athletic green line gym drawstring shorts, nylon size large. It's almost 8 o'clock now. I think what I'm going to do is grab those shorts, get an early start on packing things up so that we can focus on listing in the morning. We'll get those 2 packed up and probably list a couple of polos into the small store before we check out the big store and see what kind of action we had while we were out there at Lake Patton and busy buying at Goodwill. Kind of a busy day today. Alright, there they are, the 2 pair of shorts we sold out of the small store, and here come the labels. We're going to get these printed and ready for the post office so we don't have to deal with it tomorrow. Alright, first 2 orders of the new tote, and 1 and 2. We got an early start on packing orders. It's a little after 8 o'clock now. I'm going to take a little dinner break, and then we'll get back to listing a few polos, and then we'll check out the big store, see what kind of action we had over there. I know I did get 1 offer, so we'll have to decide if I want to accept it or not. Alright, it's almost 9 o'clock. I listed a couple polos into the small store, just logged into the big store again. Looks like we sold a DVD, and I just accepted 2 offers, 1 for a t-shirt, I think 1 for a polo shirt. I think I'm going to pack that stuff up in the morning. We're going to call an end to this day in the life of a reseller vlog. It's 9 o'clock. It's quitting time. I want to thank everybody for watching this one to the very end. If you haven't yet, please take a second to hit that subscription button and ring that notification bell. Thanks again. We'll see you on the next one. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Appreciate it.